Yo, 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 this is your boy Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on a dose of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Hope you guys are doing very well. I appreciate you guys for being here. I always appreciate you guys for locking in on the content, especially when you guys have a ton of options. You guys have so many dope people out there putting out dope content, and you can kick it with anybody, but you decided to kick it with me. I love it. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for it. Can't take it for granted. You guys know I always start the show off with gratitude because I love you guys and I really do appreciate you guys and the ecosystem, the community that we're building here. It's really been amazing. You guys have been showing out in droves these past several days, man. I mean, I've been continuing to surpass record after record, right? I've been continuing to surpass, personal best after personal best for myself, and I wouldn't have done it without you guys. Wouldn't have done it without you guys, man. We try to put out as much content as we possibly can here. Yesterday was a very busy day for us here at Chalk It Up Sports, and you guys showed out each and every time, man. It was dope to see. We had our first live stream yesterday. Kind of just touching base with each other and pretty much discussing the cuts and the releases and guys going on IR. We pretty much touched on things as they were happening in real time, and then we discussed it after 4 o'clock, after the deadline. And I was able to link up with, of course, the legendary Simone Stanley and Lord Brunson. Shout out to those guys as well. I really do appreciate them for always making time to create content. And then we capped it off with a nightcap with my man Pro Fan Talk, Marcus Thomas, former Eagles running back. We capped it off discussing your Philadelphia Eagles, pretty much deep diving into everything they've done throughout the offseason and how it could affect the upcoming season, right? So we had a full slate yesterday, man, and I just appreciate you guys for really showing up the way you did. You didn't have to, but you did it, and I think that's so dope, man. Love what we're building here. Just love it. Just love it. So as always, you guys know what we do. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the show. Goes a long way with me. I have no idea how long today's show would be, but I'm just kicking it, right? I want to revisit some things with you guys. I was looking over the final or the initial 53-man roster for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, obviously, as the roster is built today, it's going to look very different come game day, right? There may be some guys that they brought back, guys that get demoted or elevated. The Philadelphia Eagles are definitely going to start to build out that practice squad as well. So I think what we could do here is revisit guys that have been cut, right? Let's revisit guys that have been cut, and then let's see if we can sort of come up with our version of a 17-man practice squad, right? And maybe some of the guys that make it to the practice squad aren't really on the roster yet or weren't on the roster previously. But let's just try to see whoever the Philadelphia Eagles did cut, right? Whoever they did move on from, let's try to develop and build a practice squad together, right? I asked myself, would I work on this without you guys and then bring my findings to you? Or would I just build it with you guys? And it can be a collaborative effort. And I figured, why not? Let's make it a collaborative effort. Sometimes we're going to agree, sometimes we're going to disagree, and then we're going to have to agree to disagree. But regardless, I think we should definitely at some point in this show try to come up with a mock practice squad, right? And look, it's not going to be official, right? I may come up with my own personally, but I think it'd be dope for us to try to come up with some guys that were cut by the Philadelphia Eagles who could be prime candidates to come back on the practice squad, or who maybe just make who'll make the roster in general. So yeah, man, we'll do that at some point in the show. But first, I want to revisit the official initial 53-man roster with you guys. Okay, so make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are locked in. But before I get too deep, I do want to get some shout outs out the way. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. Shout out to my man Austin, James McFadden. He says, "Hey Tone, that link up live was fire. Keep up the great work." Thank you, James. Really do appreciate that. Donald Roan, he says, "What's up, bro? Continue to do what you do. You already know, big dog. Thank you. Wouldn't be here without you." Fanny Eagles fan says, "Hey Tone, and all you cool kids, happy hump day." Hey, what's going on, Fanny? Love to see you. Deny Prince, what's going on, brother? He says, "Tone, what up, good brother?" I feel good, man. I'm blessed. Grateful to be here with you, my friend. Andrew Duty. That's a funny name, man. Yo, Tone. Andrew, what's going on, my man? Cody, what's good? What's good? Keisha White, what's going on? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Fanny says, I was surprised that they didn't keep a fourth running back on the active roster like they normally do. And we're going to get into that, right? We're going to get into all of that. It's fascinating because, you know, I had my own predictions and I shared it with you guys plenty of times. And my predictions weren't far off, but at the same time, I did get about maybe four things wrong, I think. 4 or 5 things wrong. Dagger 81703. So he says, what's good, Tone? Appreciate the content, brother. You already know, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. So, yeah, I mean, the one thing that stood out to me the most about yesterday was the Philadelphia Eagles are clearly going against the grain. They're clearly bucking their trends, right? And I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. I like that they're not necessarily doing things exactly how they did it before. I like the fact that they're not beholding themselves to the fact that we need to have this X amount of players at this position on the roster. To me, when I look at the decisions they've made, it looks to me that they are looking at it from the perspective of we want the most talented players on the roster. We don't care if we're short at this position or short at that position, a la tight end or center. If we don't deem you as one of the most talented or someone of high value at this particular time, you won't make the roster, and then we'll double back on you, Lord willing, to bring you on our practice squad. I like it. I like it a lot. And down at Rome, you're right. They did go heavy on defense. I think they elevated 22 offensive guys, and then they did 28 defensive guys. I think it was 28, right? That math adds up, right? 28 plus 20, that's 48. No, something not adding up. But regardless, they went heavy on defense. They went heavy on the defensive side. And I'm not mad at it because one of the biggest issues last year was your lack of depth on defense. When you sustained injuries, especially at corner, when Darius Slay went out with the surgery, right? When Reed Blankenship went down, you did not have enough depth on the defensive side. When Zach Cunningham went down, you didn't have enough depth at linebacker, right? When Josh Sweat was pretty much running on fumes, you didn't rely enough on your rotation, or maybe you didn't believe you had a rotation. And then the DT position, I mean, I felt like your depth was pretty solid there. Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. You should have been fine there as far as rotation goes. You should have been. But regardless, though, they're clearly not doing things the way they did it before. They let go of guys that we thought they would keep. And that's what that's what we're going to get into as far as the shocking part of it, because there were certain names that didn't make the roster that were shocking to me, a la EJ Jenkins or Dylan McMahon, right? Those two names in particular stand out to me, or Tyrion Davis-Price, the fourth running back we thought that they would keep. Those are the three names to me that I thought would have made the roster, but they didn't, right? Guys that did make the roster, though, that replaces those names were Eli Ricks, James Bradbury, and Tristan McCullum. So I basically got 3 positions or 3 players wrong. That's basically what happened. I thought we would keep Tyrion Davis-Price. I thought we would keep EJ Jenkins, and I thought we would keep Dylan McMahon. That did not happen at all. Oh, and then Anaya Smith got placed on IR. So I got 4 players wrong. 4. They kept Ben Van Sumeren. They kept James Bradbury, Eli Ricks, and Tristan McCullum. So ironically enough, the four bodies that they didn't keep pretty much fall on the offensive side of the ball, right? Tyrion Davis-Price, E.J. Jenkins, Anaya Smith, Dylan McMahon. Those four offensive players did not make the 53-man roster. They replaced those guys with four defensive guys, which I'm not mad at. So basically, if we're doing the math here, I went 48 for 53. I got 48 names right. I got 49 names right. I got 49 names right. 49, 50, 51. No. Yeah. 50, 51, 52, 53. Yes. I got 49 names right. And I got 4 wrong. But regardless, though, I'm not mad at the people they kept. Not mad at all. Let's get to some of your comments real quick. Fanny said, I thought they would keep him Price as well. Yeah, I really thought they would keep 4 running backs because they've done it before, but they bucking their trend, right? As a matter of fact, when you think about the entire offseason, the way it's transpired, they have not really been sticking to their trends. They have made it very clear that they're not in any way, shape, or form trying to do things the same way they've done it before. Donald Roan says, you actually got Anias right. He's on IR. True. I guess technically he didn't get cut, but he's not on he doesn't count towards the 53-man roster. So therefore, based off of that measure or that metric, I kind of did get him wrong. I didn't anticipate him going on IR. You feel me, Donald? Because he doesn't count against your 53-man roster. I didn't expect him to be on IR. So still, nonetheless, based off the math, I got four names wrong. And even the 4 names they did keep, BVS, James Bradbury, Eli Riggs, Tristan McCullum, I'm not surprised. When I saw those names on the list, I was not surprised. Even the James Bradbury name that a lot of people were kind of shocked about. I think that may be the most shocking name. People thought he would either be cut or traded at this point. But when I saw it, I kind of wasn't surprised, if I'm being honest with myself. Like, I can't sit here and say the feeling I had internally was shock. The feeling I had internally was, I kind of get it. You know? KC Eagle says Jordan Matthews could be wide receiver 6 and tight end 3. Nah, I'm cool off Jordan Matthews. I'm cool off that. I'm very cool off that. Dink Bird Gang says Matthews is washed, bro. Dagger says Matthews is cooked, dog. James McFadden says, hey, Tone, the secondary was so bad last year. Do you think they're overcompensating? I don't want to call it overcompensating. I think they're looking at it from the perspective of that DB room is so talented, they'll be damned to let those bodies go. I don't process it as overcompensating, because overcompensating will imply that you lack something elsewhere. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't process it as that. I look at it from the perspective of they're very talented at DB or in the secondary, and they just can't afford to let those guys go, especially if you're going to be running a ton of dime looks, a ton of nickel looks or big nickel, right? Because although the Eagles brought up the linebackers that they like, Devin White, Nakobe Dean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Ben Van Sumeren, Zach Bond, even though they brought those guys up in clear passing situations, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to find a way to get Avonte Maddox on the field. I think they're going to find a way to get Cooper DeJean on the field. You feel what I'm saying? And then Tristan McCullum, he's a special teams guy, a backup safety. You know what I mean? James Bradbury, who knows what his future holds? I don't think James Bradbury will finish the season on this roster. I'll tell you that, but we'll talk about that another time. But I don't think they're overcompensating, James. I think they look at it from the perspective of that DB room is talented. We're deep. We don't want to just let guys go to the waiver wire or just release them. They'll get picked up right away. And I'm not mad at it, not one bit. Not mad at it. And then especially with Darius Slay being the OG, you don't even know if he makes it the whole year. You really don't know that. Remember, he got surgery on the back end of the year. You don't even know if Darius Slay will make it through the whole season. We don't know. He's 33 years old. Anything can happen, right? So you want to make sure you got enough bullets in the gun, and you don't want to be caught with your pants down like they were previously. Marlo Corsaro says, do you think they will prioritize an edge rusher or linebacker on the waiver wire or free agency now that cuts are in? That's a great question, Mario. I think they're definitely going to look at tight end. I think they're definitely going to look at edge. To be honest with you, I think they're pretty comfortable at linebacker. You feel what I'm saying? I think they feel comfortable with who they have at linebacker. I think they like Devin White a lot. You know, Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Ben Van Sumeren. I think they like that group a lot. It's a young group. It's a developmental group for sure. But I think at some point, you got to let those young boys play. You can't keep trying to protect them with some kind of savvy veteran. That linebacker room is pretty young. And from Nakobe Dean on down, it's pretty developmental. And I'm not mad at it. Dake Burringang says 3 in 2019, 2 in 2020, 1 in 2021, 22 and 23. What are you talking about? I'm not sure what he's talking about. Chris Bruce says to get that ring, we got to do things differently from before. Absolutely, right? And again, they went heavy on defense. I like it. I can't front. Now, I also wouldn't be surprised if they went and found another wide receiver to add to the room. I wouldn't be surprised at all because they only got 5, right? There are certain positions that they're short at. As a matter of fact, let's bring up the initial 53-man roster by the Philadelphia Eagles. All right. So let's break this down. Let's zoom in a little bit, give it a better view. Because at face value, I'm not too mad at it. All right. So let's go through this and just look at who they did keep, right? And then we'll be able to obviously identify who they did. So quarterback, obviously, Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Kenny Pickett. Running back, Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Gainwell, Will Shipley. Let's stop there, right? We spoke about the running back position, and we all thought, at least I thought, right? Some of you guys thought only 3. Some of you guys did think that, but I thought they would keep 4 running backs because they've done it before, and that's been the trend. But clearly, Harry Roseman is saying, F the trends. I'm trying to do what's best for the team today, not based off of what we've done in the past. And they probably felt that we could get at least one of, and a lot of you guys said this too. I want to give a lot of you guys credit. A lot of you guys said that they would only keep 3 running backs, and they can definitely get one of 3 of those guys through waivers. Those 3 guys being Lou Nichols, Tyrion Davis Price, and Kendall Milton. They like all 3 of those guys, but the Eagles clearly felt that they will be able to get at least one of those guys back, and the odds are in their favor. So shout out to you guys for being on point with that. I disagreed at the time, but you guys were spot on. So running back, Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Gainwell, Will Shipley. Not bad at all, right? Now getting to the wide receivers, they only kept 5 when I thought they would keep 6. A.J. Brown, Britton Covey, Jahan Dotson, Devontae Smith, Johnny Wilson. And just so you guys know, all of this stuff is in alphabetical order. You know, 5 wide receivers. Initially, I thought they would keep Aniyah Smith. And also, if they didn't keep Aniyah Smith, I did say there was a scenario where Paris Campbell may make this roster, right? But when you saw that they put Aniyah Smith on IR and they still didn't keep Paris Campbell, that just showed you the effect of the Jahan Dotson trade. Clearly, when Jahan Dotson got here, that completely nixed Paris Campbell's chances of making his roster, or at least making the initial 53-man roster. But is there a chance the Philadelphia Eagles bring back Paris Campbell or John Ross? Is there a chance they do that? It's plausible. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. But also there have also been some other names that have been cut, that have been released, that are younger, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Guys like Terrace Marshall Jr., former LSU wide receiver, got drafted by the Panthers. They decided to part ways with him. Could he be a candidate? Noah Brown, former Texans, former Cowboys wide receiver. Could he be a candidate? And like I said, Paris Campbell, John Ross, right? It all remains to be seen. But as of right now, 5 wide receivers. I have a hard time believing they go into the season with just 5. I have a hard time believing that, especially with your 4th and 5th wide receiver being Brenton Covey and Johnny Wilson. I have a hard time believing that. I just feel like they're going to bring in one more receiver. I don't know how they'll do it, but I feel like that's what they're going to do. And then the tight end position. I think the tight end position is the most glaring need for the Philadelphia Eagles. You look at that tight end position and you say, okay, Dallas Goedert and Grant Calcaterra, both of those players are talented. But they're injury prone. That's the sad reality. And also, outside of Dallas Goedert, who do you have to block? Grant Calcaterra hasn't proven himself to be a stellar blocker quite yet. He hasn't proven that quite yet. So I think the Philadelphia Eagles are likely going to find themselves a tight end. There's clearly a pecking order or positions that they're prioritizing. When it comes to the initial 53-man roster, they prioritize defense, top to bottom. And I respect that. Let's keep our most talented players on defense. We're so talented on offense, right? Let's try to make sure we have enough bullets in the gun on defense. We're not going to get caught lacking on defense. Defense is something that we need to really focus on. And Harry Rosen is making sure they have the most talented people available. I respect it. So that's why they let E.J. Jenkins go, because they did the math and they said, okay, based off of value, right? How valuable is a tight end 3 compared to a guy like Eli Ricks? Matter of fact, let me ask you guys, right? Because at the end of the day, they decided to move on from 4 offensive players and keep 4 defensive, right? The 4 offensive players. Anaya Smith is on IR, so he doesn't count against your 53-man. E.J. Jenkins, they cut. Dylan McMahon, they cut. And Tyrion Davis-Price, they cut. On defense, they kept Tristan McCullum, James Bradbury, Eli Ricks, Ben Van Sumeren, a linebacker. So let me ask you guys a question, right? When you think about the names on defense that got cut, when you think about the names on defense that got kept versus the names of the guys on offense that got cut, which group do you value more? I want to ask you guys now. Think about the 4 names they kept on defense compared to the 4 names they cut. Is Eli Ricks, James Bradbury, Tristan McCullum, and Ben Van Sumeren more valuable than E.J. Jenkins, Dylan McMahon, Anaya Smith, and Tyrion Davis-Price? Jason A-Team says, yes, they are. Let me see what else you guys think. And make sure you guys smash that like button on the way in. I appreciate you guys. We got over 110 people in here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Flexing and Stepping says, I just wish that they were starting Q. Well, he's starting in the nickel. Teams primarily play nickel, Flexing. So he's starting, technically, in my opinion. 63 Mortis says 2 are and 2 aren't. Break it down for me, Mortis. Break it down. Tell me who is. Tell me who isn't. Jason A-Team says Van Sumeren, great special teamer, and Ricks has a name out that he's valuable. There he's valuable. Chris Bruce says better to have depth on defense. Can put fresh, younger legs out there. Defense wins championships. C. Johnson says Ben Van and McCullum have more special teams value. Donald Rohn says, I think they are better as trade value. Ricks and Bradbury. Flexing and Steppin says, I wanted them on the outside, Tone. I did too. Of course. I did too. I wanted, to your point, Flexing, I wanted Quinyon on the outside too. But here's the reality. Isaiah Rodgers, unfortunately, he's not an outside corner. We got to get over that. He's not an outside corner. He's not good at it. He's more valuable on the outside. So, Quinyon Mitchell has proven that he's not only valuable on the outside, but he's valuable inside as well. So the Philadelphia Eagles had to make a decision. How can we get the most talented guys on the field at any given time? How can we get our most productive players out there at one time? What's the best combination of talent that we can culminate right now? And I'm not mad at their logic. Do I prefer to have Quinyon on the outside? Absolutely. I want to make that very clear. I prefer to have Quinyon on the outside. But when I think about it from the perspective of, hey, does having Quinyon on the outside compromise us entirely? Does putting Quinyon on the outside give us the best possible combination of talent on defense? Some may say, yeah. I probably would say no. Because if you put Quinyon on outside, that limits your options on the inside. Because Avonte Maddox is going to be a safety for the Eagles this year. He's going to be a safety. And then Isaiah Rodgers can't play inside. Keely Ringo can't play inside. Right? Slay not playing inside. Cooper DeJean, maybe, but he's still coming back, right? So I'm not mad at it. And also, you guys, think about it like this, y'all. Think about it like this. Don't think Reed Blankenship's job is safe. Don't think that if Maddox is coming out there playing well, don't think Maddox can't take his job. Or don't think Cooper DeJean won't take Reed Blankenship's job. If Reed Blankenship is a liability, don't be surprised. I know for a fact Vic Fangio will either put Cooper DeJean out there or Avonte Maddox out there. Avonte Maddox has shown he can play the safety position. He just got to stay healthy. Cooper DeJean, I think on the NFL level, he's a safety, a hybrid guy that can float between safety and nickel. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. So, don't sweat it, y'all. Maddox plays safety. People forget Maddox has been cross-trained at safety for a long time. They've been cross-training Maddox at safety for years. He has ball skills. He knows how to play. It's just the health. We can't think like that, Flexing. Scared money don't make no money. We can't think like that. If you get hurt, you get hurt. That's why you got enough bullets in the gun. That's why you got guys like Cooper DeJean on the roster, right? Tristan McCullum. Maddox is going to be a backup for either slot or safety. Maddox is a versatile piece. He's a versatile piece. He can either play slot, he could play safety. Wherever they need him at, he's going to be able to do that. Remind you, Maddox is not a starter. He's not going to be getting starter reps. Stop thinking about the past. Think about now. Think about what's happening now. Think about the way a team is built now. Let's scroll down there for a second. Let's think about the way it's built today. Avonte Maddox is not a starter, but he's likely going to play in big nickel or dime situations as that maybe the big nickel safety or maybe in a dime look. Maybe they get Cooper DeJean in that big nickel look. They have versatility. They have options here. So the reality is, I like the situation that they're in. I like the situation that they're in. As of right now, your starters are Isaiah Rodgers and Darius Slay on the outside, Quinyon Mitchell in the slot, CJ GJ and Reed Blankenship playing safety. Your backups are James Bradbury, Cooper DeJean, Avonte Maddox, Tristan McCullum, Eli Ricks, Kelee Ringo. Not bad, you guys. Not bad at all. Let's get to some of your comments. KC Eagle says, can Cooper cover tight ends? I think he can. I think he can. Obviously, he has to prove it on the NFL level, but I think he can. Flexen said, we definitely got options. No disagreements there, my G. Facts. Got options. You got versatility. You got versatility. Let me see it. Let me add something to this, right? Let me get some more details to this. So you got Darius Slay. That's a traditional corner. You got Isaiah Rodgers, who's a traditional corner, right? You got Kelee Ringo, who was a traditional corner. You got Eli Ricks, who's a traditional corner. Then you got Quinyon Mitchell, who not only is a traditional corner, but can also play the nickel. Let me just put slot there. Right? You got Tristan McCullum, who's a safety. You got Avonte Maddox, who can play, who they have as a safety, but can also play slot. You got CJ Gardner-Johnson, who can play safety, but can also play slot. You got Cooper DeJean, who can play slot, but also play safety. You got James Bradbury, who they have as a safety, but also outside corner. Then you got Reed Blankenship, who's a safety. Look at that versatility. Look at that versatility you have there. Look how many combinations you can come up with here. You are prepared. You are prepared for whatever happens. All these players have upside. So when I had them only keeping 9 DBs, they kept 11 because they felt like their DB room is talented and they can't let it walk. They can't let them walk. Because Maddox knows how to play the game. If my biggest concern is his health, I'm not sweating it. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because he's not going to be out there playing 80% or 70% of the reps. Maddox might play 40% of the reps or 50%, if that. You feel what I'm saying? So when it comes to talent, I'm keeping Maddox. I'm keeping him. If my biggest concern is his health, then I say to myself, he's not a starter. So why am I tripping? All right, let's see here. Fanny says Reed can't play safety that well. Just my opinion. It's not that he can't play it. It's just the fact that he's not the fastest. He's not fast, but Reed Blankenship is a box safety. Reed Blankenship is a box safety. So he's not the best in coverage, but he tackles very well. You can move him all across. He plays very well close to the line of scrimmage. He's a box safety. Kind of like Malcolm Jenkins a little bit. Malcolm Jenkins was more of a box safety than a coverage guy. But obviously Malcolm Jenkins is more talented than him. It's no question. No question at all. Let's see. Chris Ward says, let's be honest. Who's the better player, Maddox or Reed? Hey, man, I'm going Maddox with that. I'm going Maddox. I'm going Maddox for sure. And let's be honest, Reed Blankenship has been in and out of the lineup all last year. Devon Norton says, I like what our dime package will look like. Like to see Coop in the box. Exactly. Crowley says, most of my concerns on defense are on the D-line. Do we really trust Bryce Huff to come through? Let's scroll up to that. So here's the D-line right now. Here's the D-line in the edge. D-line, you have Thomas Booker, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Ojomo. You know what? Let me change this D-tackle because I don't like this. All right. That makes more sense. At D-tackle, you got Thomas Booker, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Ojomo, Marlon Tuipulotu, Milton Williams. I like that. That's exactly who I thought we would keep. And then edge rusher, Brandon Graham, Bryce Huff, Jalix Hunt, Patrick Johnson, Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat. I understand if you guys are concerned about particular people. I really do. And me and my man, Marcus from Pro Fan Talk, we were talking about this last night. And me and him are pretty much in agreement that we both think Jalix Hunt could have a better year than Nolan Smith. And that's not me trying to place indictment on Nolan Smith. Okay? That's not me trying to do that. We both agree that Nolan is clearly still developing. And as of right now, he's relying on speed and technique in some way. Pro Fan Talk believes that what Nolan brings from a pass rush perspective could create opportunities for other guys on the defensive line. Even if Nolan's not getting home, he's going to create so much pressure, which he does. Nolan creates pressure. But nonetheless, Pro Fan Talk says that because of the pressure that Nolan will create, it could create other opportunities for other guys. That's not a bad thought. That's not a bad thought at all. Also, I think there's a chance because, again, my man Pro Fan Talk put me on this last night. And tell me what you guys think of this. And my man is in the building right now. He basically mentioned how the Philadelphia Eagles, or when it comes to us, right, as we digest the game, and when it comes to pressure, there is a chance that we're thinking too traditionally when it comes to how pressure is generated. And I didn't think about this until last night when he brought it up. There is a high chance that we're thinking about generating pressure too traditionally. Because of how uniquely this defense is constructed, there's a strong chance that pressure is generated in unique ways. You see, in 2022, we didn't generate pressure schematically. We generated pressure from the talent perspective. You follow me? We did not, in 2022, we generated pressure and got to the quarterback strictly off of talent. And in 2023, that talent that we had wasn't enough in the end to generate pressure. So now, I think this year, and again, Pro Fan Talk put me on this, there's a strong chance, based off the way this team is constructed this year, there's a strong chance that they're going to have to generate pressure schematically. And that's interesting to me. I would love to see how that looks. Because based off of that notion, the sacks can come from anywhere. There may be a game where the Eagles get 5 sacks. But guess what? Maybe 3 of them come from the linebackers, right? let's just say the Eagles end the game with 5 sacks, right? And they get 1 from Zach Bond. They get 1 from Brandon Graham. They get 1 from Nakobe Dean. They get 1 from Jalen Carter. And they get 1 from Milton Williams. That's 5 sacks in the game. Are we really going to complain where the sacks came from? Are we really going to complain where the sacks came from? I'm asking y'all that question. Jason A-Team says, I think Ajomo has a ceiling like that. I don't think he will be that good so soon. Down at Roan says, or sacks from the corners or the safeties. Exactly. Great point. Brian Pumper. Oh my God. Brian Pumper says EJ Jenkins is back. Word. Okay, say less. My man Andrew Duty says EJ Jenkins signed to the practice squad. That just tells you that they wanted to make sure they got him back. He's the first one I think we heard come through, right? He's the first one. Right? Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Yep. It's true. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. EJ Jenkins back to the practice squad. I love it. Finn Germia says, love the content, Tone. Hit the like button, you guys. Appreciate you, Finn. Thank you so much, man. Love it. Let's see who else we got. Let's see who else they got. Let's scroll. Let's see who else they got. Let's see. We got another one, y'all. Got another one. Andre Sam back to the practice squad. Andre Sam. Punjab Kings fan, what's going on, my man? He says, what's up, Tone? Day 2 here for me. Glad you're here, bro. He says, any practice squad candidates? Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, they already started signing some of them. One of them was EJ Jenkins, of course. I'm an EJ Jenkins guy. And they brought back Andre Sam. Smart move. Very smart move. I think Dylan McMahon is next, if you ask me. I think Dylan McMahon is next. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Andre Sam. It's going to keep coming down the wire, y'all. So we're gonna as a matter of fact, let's create a where are we? Let's create a list here. Let's create a list. Practice squad. So as of right now, they brought back tight end E.J. Jenkins. They brought back safety Andre Sam. That's what we got back so far. I think Dylan McMahon is going to be next, if you ask me. That's what I think. Oh, Sam. My bad. Typing too fast. Andre Sam. There it is. Come on, Slagger. Don't be an idiot. Anyway, Finn. Finn says, will Toth be back? How versatile he is. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I think they're definitely going to try to get Dylan McMahon back, though. Big Pickens says, Toth been through this a couple times, and no one takes him. It's a good point. It's a good point. I know, Slagger. I know. I know, Slagger. You're good. Jameer Adams says, yeah, none of our guys got claims, so we can bring back whoever. Yeah, man. I'm happy too. Brad Toth. Toth. Regal Eagle says, Josh Sweat is bouncing back this season. Book it. Yeah, I don't see why he shouldn't. I don't see why he shouldn't. So let's do this, right? Let's go to the guys they cut, right? Because these are all, I'm gonna show you all the guys they cut. And we're gonna put check marks next to people they brought back to make it easier. So we ain't gotta keep going back and forth. All right, so let's see here. So E.J. Jenkins, let's put a check mark next to him. E.J. Jenkins is back. Who else is back? I forgot my man, Andre Sam. Andre Sam is back. Did McMahon get back yet? I think we need to get. I think we really need to get McMahon back. And Julian Okoro, yeah, Crowley, I agree with that. I really do agree with that. So yeah, right. The bottom line is the Philadelphia Eagles. The moves they made it very clear that we're focusing on value and talent before anything else. And they had a hard time. They had a hard time being able to quantify E.J. Jenkins' value in comparison to guys like Eli Ricks or Ben Van Sumeren. Punjab Kings fan says Brandon Smith or Okara need to come back for the backup linebacker depth. Will Kelly says that McPherson doesn't need to come back unless he gives his number up to Queen. They did play it smart. You're right about that. They played it very smart. All the guys that they cut, they have a chance to bring back. Hold on, wait, you guys. This isn't the practice squad list. This is guys that they've cut or waived. What I'm doing is I'm putting a green check next to guys they brought back. They've brought back E.J. Jenkins and they brought back Andre Sam. So we'll see. We'll see. I think Tyrion Davis-Price should be next. So I agree with that. Big Pickens says Okara just needs Julian Okara just needs a kick in the butt. Talent is definitely there. Yeah, he's fast, man. His athleticism jumps off the screen. Antonio Holmes says Julian Okoro already has scheduled visits with other teams. Oh, wow. Okay. Donald Roan says, please don't bring back Job. Yeah, I'm not really a big Job fan either. I'm not really a big Job fan either, if I'm being honest. Let's go back to Twitter and see what we got. Yep. So EJ Jenkins, we know about that. So my man John McMullen indicated that there have been no waiver claims by the Eagles, and none of the players they placed on waivers were claimed. Only 26 players claimed league-wide. Wow, you guys, think about that. Think about this. This is important. Only 26 players were claimed on waivers league-wide. League-wide. There's 32 teams in the NFL. Only 26 players were claimed on waivers. So that basically means the Philadelphia Eagles, they have their pick of the litter. They can bring back whoever they want to bring back. Obviously, as long as that player wants to come back. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back all the guys we talked about. So, all right, let me get to this, right? Let me see here. So, let me see. All right, hold on. All right. I'm looking at this, right? And so far, they've only brought back EJ Jenkins and Andre Sam. Dawad Jones says it's still good players out there. We definitely bring back our center we drafted. I hope so, dog. I like him. I really do hope so. All right. So let me ask you guys a question. Let's get back to this. So, as of right now, the Eagles have brought back two players. They brought back AJ Jenkins and Andre Sam. Now, let me ask you guys a question. What I want to do with you guys, I want to go through some of these names here that were cut, right? Obviously, EJ Jenkins and Andre Sam have been added, but I want to go through some of these names here. As a matter of fact, I might as well delete Andre Sam from being on here. And EJ Jenkins, because they've been brought back. So, all right, EJ Jenkins and Andre Sam were brought back on the practice squad, right? Now, I want to go through some of these names with you guys, and I want to know who you guys believe should be practice squad candidates. So, let's go through this, right? So, the first name I'm seeing here is, okay, let's do it this way. I'm going to go name by name. And if you feel like this person should be a practice squad candidate, give me a green check. If you don't, give me a red X. Okay? If you believe the player that I mentioned is a practice squad candidate, give me a green check. If you don't, give me an X, okay? A red X. We all know you got emojis. So, Oren Burks. Should Oren Burks be a practice squad candidate? Oren Burks. Because Oren Burks, remember, Oren Burks was dealing with a knee injury. He was dealing with a knee injury all training camp. And he pretty much missed the whole thing. But he managed to come back in that final preseason game and he made plays. He made plays for sure. So, okay, I'm seeing green check. I see an X. I see a green check. Okay, I'm seeing more green checks than anything. Okay, so we're gonna put Oren Burks as a candidate. Okay, we're gonna put Oren Burks as a candidate. What about Paris Campbell? Should Paris Campbell? Oh, Andrew Duty says Dylan McMahon has been signed to the practice squad. Let's double check. Let's double check. Let's double check this, you guys. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Yep. Dylan McMahon. Dylan McMahon is signing to the Eagles practice squad. There we go. Let's add Dylan McMahon to the list. Let's add him to the list. Dylan McMahon has been added to the practice squad, you guys. It's official. So let's add Dylan McMahon now to our practice squad. Come on now. Let's add Dylan McMahon to our practice squad additions. All right. This thing's starting to come together. All right. So now we can remove him from the waive list. Let's get him out of there. All right. So as of right now, the practice squad consists of E.J. Jenkins, Andre Sam, and Dylan McMahon. So far, so good. I love it. No brainer. No brainer. All right. So Paris Campbell. Is Paris Campbell a practice squad candidate for you guys? Davon Tyree was good, Brody. Is he a practice squad candidate? Give me a green check for yes, a red X for no. Is Paris Campbell a practice squad candidate? Green check for yes, red X for no. Because remember, Paris Campbell, he started off very strong in training camp. Then he got hurt, dealing with a groin injury. And he missed the first 2 preseason games. And he came back for the third one. Me personally, I like Paris Campbell being a 4th or 5th wide receiver on this roster. If your wide receiver room has A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, Paris Campbell, Britton Covey, Johnny Wilson, I think that's a strong room. I think that's a pretty strong room. Wiz calls him Mr. Glass. Donald Roan feels that we can do better than Campbell. Crawley says green check. Davon Tyree, green check. T. Washington, green check. Mob, 84-3, green check. Joshua Mullins, green check. Punjab Kings fan, double X. Twiz Jiggins says green check. Fanny says red X. Dwight Jones says red X. Slagger has a question mark. Punjab Kings fan says Terrace Marshall Jr. and Noah Brown are better. B. Moore says red X. Wow. I'm torn, you guys. I'm torn. Eagles Playbook Podcast, my man Quezzy, what's good? So basically, Quezzy, what we're doing here is we're going through people who have made the practice squad for the Philadelphia Eagles. So right now, E.J. Jenkins, Andre Sam, and Dylan McMahon have made the practice squad, right? So we're going through all the people who have been waived and who've been cut. We're going through all those names, and we're determining who do we believe should be a practice squad candidate and who shouldn't be, right? The green check mark means they should be a practice squad candidate. The red X means they should not be a practice squad candidate. So here's the thing, man. I like Paris Campbell, but his health is annoying. Could I find someone? Could I find someone on the waiver wire who's younger and healthier that can do the same things? I think I can. I think I can. But at the same time, Paris Campbell has been studying his offense. He has. So, let me ask y'all this question before I decide. Can we find, and again, think about this. Can we find a player who's younger and healthier than Paris Campbell that can probably give you the same amount of production? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is there a player out there who's younger and healthier than Paris Campbell that can give you the same production? Dewad Jones says yes. Terrace Marshall from the Carolina Panthers. Will Kelly says, of course. B. Moore says yes. Okay. So he's not a practice squad candidate. Let's keep it going. Antonio Holmes says yes, sir. All right. I ain't mad at it. Twiz says we're going to have Ross or Campbell on the practice squad. So which one of those two would you take? I'm taking Paris Campbell, of course. Luther Winfield says, okay. All right. All right. Let's move on. Will Kelly says he has more experience than other guys, though. That's true, too. That's true, too. That's true, too. All right. Nick Gates, offensive lineman. Nick Gates, he has experience playing center and guard. Is Nick Gates a practice squad candidate? Former Giants offensive lineman. He has experience playing safety. I mean, he has experience playing center, and he has experience playing guard. Excuse me. Is Nick Gates a practice squad candidate? Slagger says yes. Green check. Kizzy, green check. Will Kelly, green check. What's good, Trenton, right? Joshua Mullins is green check. Andrew Duty says no. Punjab says no. Antonio Holmes says yeah. Dewad Jones says no. Punjab says McMahon is better. But remember, Nick Gates, he has experience at guard as well. You guys are pretty split on this. You guys are pretty split. Slagger says Nick Gates actually looked good, according to some TC reports I read. You guys are pretty split on this. You guys are pretty split on this. Well, B. Moore. Trevor Keegan made the roster, so you ain't got to worry about that. Young Truth says he played with the Giants. That's a good point. That's a good point. You know what? I'm going to say, I'm going to say he's not a candidate. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, because I actually think Brett Toth is a candidate. I think they like Brett Toth more than Nick Gates. So I'm going to put Brett Toth as the practice squad candidate. I think they like Toth more than Gates. G Dragon, what's going on? He said, hit the like button, y'all. I remember when I said, don't forget about us when you got 100 people in here. Hell no, I could never. I think they like Toth more than Gates. Could I be wrong? Could I be wrong? Let's keep going. Will Greer. Sir Jan, what's going on, OG? So Will Greer, the quarterback, is he a practice squad candidate? I feel like you always need one quarterback on your practice squad, right? That's what I think. I think you got to have a quarterback on your practice squad. You got to. You got to have one. You got to have one. And he's been here all summer. Dwight Jones says, yeah. C. Johnson, no. Dagger, no. Dagger says, not him, though. Okay. But he's been here, right? He knows the offense. Does that count for something? And again, remember, these are practice squad guys. These are fourth, fifth string guys. And he knows Kellen's offense. I gotta say, yeah. I gotta say, yeah, because of all those variables. He's not going to see the field. But he has experience in the system. He's been here all summer. I gotta go, yeah. Matt Hennessy, interior offensive lineman, Matt Hennessy. I think he could be a practice squad candidate. What do you guys think? But up the Bliss Visions. We're not winning any, like, we have to shift our perspective. We gotta shift our perspective. We gotta shift our perspective. These guys that we're talking about likely won't see the light of day. This is practice squad. Matt Hennessy, you guys rolling with that one? Okay. And again, these are just practice squad candidates, not that they're making it. So far on the practice squad, we have E.J. Jenkins. We got E.J. Jenkins, Andre Sam, and Dylan McMahon. I think Matt Hennessy is a good addition to the practice squad. But again, we're just talking about candidates. We're just talking about candidates. All right. Cornerback Perry Nickerson. I'll be honest. I don't know too much about this guy. I'm cool off this guy. I don't know who he is really. Julian Okora. Julian Okora. I heard that he has some visits lined up. That's what I heard. Is that true? Mm. What are we saying? I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying any recent updates about the practice squad. As of right now, it's still E.J. Jenkins, Andre Sam, Dylan McMahon. Okay. I'm not seeing any I'm not seeing any recent updates right now. Hmm. Nope, I'm not seeing anything quite yet. Okay. No updates right now. All right. Let me see here. All right, let's keep it going. Antonio Holmes says Okora is in Arizona right now. Oh, yeah, that might be a dumb bun then. Yeah, I think Julian Okora is a dumb bun. Yeah, that's a dumb bun. All right, John Ross. Would y'all be open to John Ross? Would y'all be open to John Ross being on the practice squad? Kizzy from Bama. Shin says no. Damn. All these. Damn. Okay. All right. It's balancing out now. No. Wow. Okay. Antonio Holmes, funny. He gave me an X and a check. Twiz says I'd rather have Paris. I feel you on that. I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't know about having John Ross on the practice squad. I don't know. Mortis says absolutely. I'm surprised at the nose. Andrew Duty says the Raiders cut 2023 third-round draft pick Byron Young. Hold on, wait. Time's out. I need to find out something because now I'm confused. For the same reasons why we didn't pick Paris Campbell, can we do the same thing for John Ross? Don't forget, he had a concussion. Don't forget, John Ross had a concussion damn near all training camp. So he missed games too. John Ross, I think, missed like the last game or something like that. And also, can we find somebody who's younger that can do the same thing John Ross can do? That's what you got to ask yourself. What's his value? Because in my mind, if Paris Campbell's a no, so is John Ross. You feel what I'm saying? If we said no to Paris Campbell, then we got to say no to John Ross. Right? Am I tripping? Because I would rather have John Ross. I mean, I would rather have Paris Campbell than John Ross. I would much rather have Paris Campbell. But how much faster? Slagger. How much faster, though? How much faster? Dwight Jones says Ross is cooked. I'm good. Find someone else. And yes, we can. But we talking about how we picking wide receivers. That's funny. Joshua Mullen says Ross' only value is speed. Trenton Wright says Paris has more upside than John Ross. Twiz, if you don't get the hell on with that Quez stuff, I don't want nothing to do with Quez Watkins. 63 Mortis says we don't know what Ross or Campbell can do. Kenny Flickett been throwing on the ball all camp. That's hilarious. I like he called him Kenny Flickett. Yo, that is funny. That is funny, bro. Crawley says, I don't know, man. Ross is fast as crap, but that's about it. I wouldn't bring back either one. Trenton Wright says John Ross never made anything of his speed. That's a good point. It's a good point. All that speed and nothing. At least Paris Campbell has some kind of production on his side, right? Jason A-Team says Kenny Flickett been a thing. For real? I had no idea. That's my first time hearing that. That is funny as hell. Twiz believes John Ross is Quez Watkins 2.0. Sir Jam, what's going on, big dog? He says Tanner McKee should be quarterback too. I agree 100%. All right, let me ask y'all a question. Who's better? Because we got to decide this, right? We got to decide. Who's better? Who's better? Paris Campbell or John Ross? Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Who's better? Paris Campbell or John Ross? Jason A-Team says Campbell. I'm seeing Campbell, Paris, Campbell, Paris, Campbell. So why didn't we make Paris Campbell a practice squad candidate then? We should have. All right. So we put an X next to Ross. We change Paris Campbell to a check. Boom. There we go. All right. Now let's go to the wave guys. So far we have Oren Burks, Paris Campbell, Will Grier, Matt Hennessy, and Brett Toth as practice squad candidates. Oh, Max Sharping, no, he's out. That now he is not good. Max Sharping is out. He is not good. I'm not even asking y'all about that. That was my first time hearing Flickett. Alex, that was my first time hearing Kenny Flickett, bro. My first time. That is some funny shit. All right, let's go to the wave guys now. So as of right now, we got EJ Jenkins, Andre Salmon, Dylan McMahon officially on the practice squad. So let's go through these guys that got waived. Offensive lineman, he's a tackle on the guard, Gottlieb Ayadizi. We didn't really see much from him. I think there's a stronger chance Aneem Dankwa makes it over Gottlieb. I think Aneem Dankwa is the move. Aneem Dankwa is a project, but the dude is like 6'8", over 300 pounds. The dude is a physical force. He's a physical force. I think the Eagles love Aneem Dankwa. They just got to develop him. I think Aneem Dankwa is a practice squad candidate. Aneem Dankwa, again, 6'8", over 300 pounds. For sure. Tyrion Davis-Price, definitely. Up the Bliss Vision says they didn't play Dankwa because they were trying to hide him for sure. I agree 100%. I think they were hiding that player. Oh, the Jets signed Louis Cine, former first-round pick. Punjab said Aneem might be tough. He called him Melada 2.0. It's possible. Dwight Jones says Jahan Dotson changed everything. Find young guys and see if one can be any good. Warv says, what's up with all these Georgia players not living up to draft status? Because it doesn't matter what school you go to, Warv. You still got to play the game. You still got to play on the NFL level, bro. It doesn't matter what school you went to. I be trying to tell people that. It don't matter what school you went to. You still got to play. It's either you got it or you don't. You feel what I'm saying? All right. Kevin Foch. Now, I like this guy. He's a rookie. I like Kevin Foch. What do you guys think? I like him. Sir Jam, take care, sir. Always love, big dog. I like Kevin Foch. I like what I saw from him, and I like what I saw from him in the preseason games. He pretty much caught the ball whenever it came to him. I like Kevin Foch. I'm going to make him a practice squad candidate. Gabe Hall. Gabe Hall. I do think Gabe Hall is a practice squad candidate. What do you guys think about that? He was competing with Thomas Booker, and Thomas Booker beat him out. I like Gabe Hall. Jacob Harris. I say no. I say no to Jacob Harris. I don't think Jacob Harris is a practice squad candidate. You can find him anywhere. Griffin Hebert, another guy that I don't think he's a practice squad candidate. I think you can find him anywhere. Teron Jackson. I think Teron Jackson should be a practice squad candidate. What do you guys think about that? I think Teron Jackson should. He's been here for the past few years. He's made the roster pretty much every single year for the most part. But you bring in some different guys, and sometimes it's a numbers game. I think Teron Jackson is a practice squad candidate. Oh, he did? Oh, damn. My bad, y'all. My bad. Damn. My bad, y'all. Okay. All right. Damn. Okay. That's crazy. Damn. Oh, well. All's well that ends well. Okay, Josh Jobe, you guys. I'm not a Josh Jobe guy. I'm really not. But at the same time, and again, think about it. We're not expecting him to play. But he is somebody that they like on special teams. But I don't like Josh Jobe playing corner. I'm not a fan of him. But does the special teams value give him practice squad value? Answer me that. Again, don't think of him as a starter. Don't think of him as somebody that's going to play. Is he a practice squad candidate? He has special teams ability. Now, me personally, I'm not a fan of Josh Jobe. I'm not a fan of him. But is he practice squad worthy? Is Josh Jobe practice squad worthy? I'm seeing yeses. I'm saying no's. I'm saying yeses. A lot of you guys are split on this guy. Dwight Jones says no. Bring in new young guys. But that means you got to teach those guys the playbook again. They got to learn your scheme again. You feel what I'm saying? Antonio Holmes says Jobe is young. I'm torn. Ooh, you know what? Let me ask you from this perspective. Let me ask you guys from this perspective, okay? I'm going to give you guys 3 corners that the Philadelphia Eagles have a chance to bring back on practice squad. I'm going to ask you 3 corners, right? Josh Jobe, Sean Stephens, and Zach McPherson. Josh Jobe, Zach McPherson, Sean Stephens. Who you keeping? Who you bringing back? Josh Jobe, Sean Stephens, Zach McPherson. Who you bringing back? Sean Stephens, Zach McPherson, Stephens, Sean. Big Pickens says Zach is a better special teams player. Stephens. Sean. Anthony Kroback says, I trust Jobe in coverage over Zach McPherson. I'm saying Stephen. I gave you 3 guys. Josh Jobe, Zach McPherson, Sean Stephens. Who you keeping? Punjab Kings fan said, Tone, expectations is that Sean Stephens will sign with the Eagles practice squad. I'm a Sean Stephens guy too. So let's give Stephens a green check. If I'm being honest with you guys, I like Josh Jobe more than I like Zach McPherson. And I'm not really a Josh Jobe guy. But if you had to twist my arm and you said, are you bringing back Josh Jobe or are you bringing back Zach McPherson? I'm bringing back Josh Jobe. Okay. Man. Oh, Stevens, though? Okay. Sean Stevens. My bad, bro. Chin says we already got our undrafted Alabama corner. Stevens better upside for sure. Okay. Chin says I bring back Zach over Jobe. Let's come back to this. So, off-ball linebacker Terrell Lewis. Remember, your practice squad has to have some kind of versatility. So, off-ball linebacker Terrell Lewis. Are we bringing back Terrell Lewis? What's up, Rock? They're working on it right now. They're working on it. Well, Kelly says tell Zach to turn in his jersey. So let's put a green check next to Terrell Lewis. Oh, really? Anthony, you like Brandon Smith over Terrell Lewis? Okay. All right. I see y'all saying that. All right. A lot of y'all saying Brandon Smith is better. Okay, say less. Okay, I got y'all. All right. Kendall Milton. Okay, now listen. Remember, practice squad candidates. If you had to choose between Kendall Milton and Lou Nichols, who you bringing back? Who you bringing back? If you had the option of bringing back Kendall Milton or Lou Nichols, who you bringing back? Because remember, you can't have everybody. And again, you guys, these are only candidates. These are only candidates. Okay. Well, we already got Terry and Davis Price, Kizzy. See, we got Terry and Davis Price already set up. So all of you guys are saying Milton. I'm with you on that. I like Kendall Milton more than Lou Nichols. I like Kendall Milton better than Lou Nichols. I really do. And I like Terry and Davis Price over Lou Nichols as well. See, if I had to rank Terry and Davis Price, Lou Nichols, and Kendall Milton, it would be Terry and Davis Price at 1, then Kendall Milton at 2, and Lou Nichols at 3. I think Terry and Davis Price is the best one out of all of them. All right. We almost done, y'all. Then we getting out of here. He fumbled that one time, Trent. That one time, he was lights out the entire time. He fumbled that one time and then bounced back. He still averaged like 5 yards of carry in that game too. So I'll give him a pass for that. I'll give him a pass for that. He had a strong training camp preseason. He fumbled. He did, and it hurts. It hurts, but I think what he's done overshadows that fumble. I think what he's done overshadows that fumble, Trent. That's just my opinion. I got Terry and Davis Price first, Kendall Milton second, Lou Nichols third. Up the Bliss Vision said he had like 7 straight runs before the fumble too. Facts. Hey, Rufus, great minds think alike, bro. Trenton says, good point. See, I like that. I like when we're able to have a conversation and then someone says, you know what? You bring up a good point. You may be right. I like that. We should never be afraid to change our minds, especially when, enough data is presented. So, up Bliss, you brought up a good point. When I saw that game, I was like, oh, they working him. When I was watching and on top of that, they were moving the ball. That's another thing too. They were moving the ball. It wasn't like they were just running just to run. Terry and Davis Price was getting first downs. They ran the ball like 6-7 straight times. He was moving the chains. He touched that ball. Boom, boom, boom. They couldn't stop him. They could not stop him. So there is a chance that he probably was gassed. So I like Terry and Davis Price a lot. All right. Jason Poe. I don't think Jason Poe is somebody that I'm not seeing it with him. I'm not seeing it with Jason Poe. What do you guys think? Because remember, they cut Jason Poe earlier in training camp. The only reason they brought him back is because they needed an extra body. So I'm not rolling with that. All right. Safety, Caden Stearns. Now remember, the Philadelphia Eagles brought him in knowing he was hurt. The Eagles brought him in knowing he was hurt. I think the Eagles want to bring him back. I know y'all don't like him, but I think the Eagles bring back Caden Stearns. Remember, they signed him knowing he was hurt. Oh, shoot. I forgot about PJ Mustafa. Damn, my bad, y'all. I got y'all. We'll get back to that. My bad. We'll get back to that. But Caden Stearns. The Eagles signed him knowing he was hurt. I think they like him. I think they want to bring him on the practice squad. I really do. They knew he was hurt. He didn't do anything for them, and they still they like him. They want to bring him. I'm telling you, I think they like that man. Mm. All right, let's get back up to the top. So, all right, PJ Mustafa. PJ Mustafa. Here's my thing about PJ. We already selected Gabe Hall, remember? I don't see them having 2 DTs on a practice squad. I don't see that happening. But he is a nose tackle, though. But so is Marlon T. Y'all think PJ Mustafa stays? Or he gets brought back? Or he's a candidate, rather. Let's say that. Y'all think PJ Mustafa is a candidate? Well, the only reason is because they already got. I don't know. I don't see them bringing back 2 DTs on a practice squad. I don't see that. I'm not seeing that. You guys really like PJ. All right. Okay. Majority rules, you guys. No, I know that. I know Gabe is not a nose. I get that. But remember, you guys, you only have 17 spots. You only have 17 spots. Okay, we got it. Okay, so Joseph Ngata. I know he has his limitations, but he's been on the Eagles practice squad for like the past 2 or 3 years, right? I think the Eagles like Joseph Ngata for some reason. I think they like him. For some reason, the guy that has been on the practice squad for like 2 or 3 straight years, they like him. Whether we like it or not, they like him. Anthony, same thing. I like Gabe Hall over PJ. Trenton Wright says, I think AJ likes him, which says a lot. JJ Irvin says, Ross Paris coming back. I'm not sure yet. Punjab Kings fan says, Ngata has potential, but he never turned out yet. Trenton Wright says, AJ Brown supports him. Up the Hill Blitz says, he still can't separate, but I'm going to give Ngata a green check because if AJ vouch for him, I think they like him. They like him. All right. Tight end Armani Rogers. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think the Philadelphia Eagles already have their tight ends. They brought back EJ Jenkins, and I also think they're going to bring back Kevin Foch. I think Kevin Foch and EJ Jenkins showed you way more. What do you guys think, though? And also, you guys, this isn't my official practice squad list. We're just checking off candidates. That's all. We're only trying to find out who's a candidate. Remember, you guys, it's only candidates. Yo, oh my God. Alex, he says no dude's named Armani. That's a stripper name. JJ Irvin says Ngata didn't help himself last game, but he did help himself in that other game, though, didn't he? All right, let's see. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. Lakin Vakalahi. What's good, y'all? We got over 130 people in here. Let's go on the like fest, y'all. Let's go on a like run. We only got 81 likes. Over 100 people in here. We need some likes, y'all. We need likes. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. We need to catch up. We got over 130 people in here, and we only got 80 likes, 82 likes. We got to catch up, y'all. Please hit that like button. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. We got to catch up. Hit that like button. So y'all said Lakin is that international player, so he might make it anyway. And Austin Watkins. What about him? What about Austin Watkins? He's been on the Eagles practice squad for like the past 2 or 3 years as well. He's been on the Eagles practice squad for a while too. Punjab Kings fan says no. Antonio Holmes says no. And remember, you guys, they're only candidates. We're not saying these guys are going to make it. We're saying that are they candidates? Can they make it? I think they like Austin Watkins. He's been on this team for a while. We just don't know about him. He's been on the Eagles practice squad for like the last 2 years, I think. Yeah, you guys, that's what I'm talking about. We're almost there. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's get to 100. We got over 100 people in here. We got to get to 100 likes, y'all. Got to get to 100. Let's do it. Got to get to 100. Let's keep this thing pushing. All right. Twiz, I got you. We still got 2 names to go over. Now, I want to double back. I want to double back to Josh Jobe and Zach McPherson. You only can have one. Twiz, don't worry, I got you, brother. Now, let me ask y'all this. Josh Jobe or Zach McPherson? Josh Jobe or Zach McPherson? I'm seeing more Jobe than anything. I'm seeing Jobe over Zach. Jobe. I'm seeing some Zach, but I see more Jobe. Oh, Andrew Duty says Nick Gates signed to the practice squad. Wow. Didn't see that coming. David Derricks, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Austin Watkins? David Derricks, what's going on, bro? Are you talking about Austin Watkins? Because I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Is that who you talking about? Are you talking about Austin Watkins? Let me know. Okay, let's see here. Y'all said Nick Gates got signed. All right. Let's see here. Fascinating. Here we go. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. We got some news. Check this out. Here it is. Nick Gates, former Commander center. Nick Gates is signing to the Eagles practice squad with the intention to be elevated week 1, per source. Gates still has $1.99 million guaranteed from his Commander's contract. Oh, he's good. There we go. So that eliminates the Nick Gates conversation. There we go. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. So we're going to remove. So now that Nick Gates has made it to the Eagles practice squad and he likely will be elevated for week 1, let's go back to our list. And again, also Nick Gates has the most experience at center. Nick Gates has more experience than Dylan McMahon at center, so I can't get mad at their mindset. They probably look at Dylan McMahon as a project, a player that they like, but also a player that is not quite ready yet. So, and Antonio, you're right. You did say Nick Gates. You're right. Yeah. They said he's going to be the backup center for the most part. I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at it. Okay, let's do it. All right, let's go back to my list here. Let's remove Nick Gates from this list. And let's add Nick Gates to the practice squad. There we go. There we go. Punjab Eagles fan says Jack Driscoll was just released by Miami. Damn. 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 That sucks. What does that tell you, though, Nicole? That tells you that we probably been holding on to guys too long. Ziggy Marley says we don't need Job. We have enough outside cornerbacks. I'm not mad at that sentiment. I'm not mad at that sentiment. So, yes, Antonio Holmes, great point. That's exactly what that means. I'm glad you said that. That means that we overvalue some of our old players. That's basically what that means to me. That means that we overvalued our older players. We overvalued Jack Driscoll. We overvalued Quez Watkins. We overvalued Terrell Edmonds, guys like that. Caleb Farley can't stay healthy, Clifton. He's only played 12 games throughout his career. He can't stay healthy at all. Breaking news, Russell Wilson announced as a starter for the Steelers. Breaking news. Russell Wilson is announced as the starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, I'm putting an X next to Job. And I'm putting an X next to Zach McPherson. So let's count these green checks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We got 17 green checks. Now, we got 17 green checks, and we already have 3 people on the practice squad. That only leaves 14 spots. All right. And we're going to see how this thing pans out for sure. A lot of things are happening right now. We got a lot of things happening right now. We got 4 players already on the practice squad. We got 17 green checks that we gave out. So therefore, 4 of those 17 green checks likely won't make it. Kyle Kokorski says, Tone, would you sign Byron Young? He was cut by the Raiders today. I'll be honest with you. I don't know too much about Byron Young. I can't really give an opinion on him. I don't know too much about him. Antonio Holmes says, Tone, after last year's secondary debacle, you can't have enough quality DBs. I feel you on that. Twiz says, peace out, Hennessy. JJ Irvin says, I think the defense will struggle early in the season, but by game 6, we will find our identity and turn it around. I think that's reasonable. That's my mindset, actually. Crawley says James Bradbury is definitely being overvalued. I think it's a combination of the contract and the fact that they couldn't find nobody to trade him. Clifton Lashley says, would you get Tim Patrick as a vet wide receiver? Good question. Tim Patrick used to play for the Broncos, right? And then he get cut, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He got cut recently. So, I don't know. He got to stay healthy too, right? He's a guy that battled injury, right? All right. We're about to get out of here, though, you guys. Let's see. Yes, Jameer Adams, you're right. Tim Patrick did go to Detroit. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, David Derrick. So you were talking about Austin Watkins. Got it. Got it. Okay, my bad. I thought we had him on. I thought he was in our practice squad last year too. JJ Irvin says, did the wide receiver from the Panthers sign yet? You're talking about Terrence Marshall Jr. I'm not entirely sure. We find out. No, he hasn't signed anywhere yet. He hasn't signed anywhere yet. Damn, Terrence Marshall Jr. ain't really be able to do nothing in the league. His numbers is awful. Andrew Duty says Jalen Reagor just got released. Are we surprised, really? Are we really surprised? All right, look, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I really do appreciate the love and the support. You guys know how we give it up here. Oh, man. You guys know the vibes. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all guys smash the like button. Make sure you guys stay engaged with the content. I really do appreciate you guys showing out. We've been putting out content like crazy, and you guys are really my people. We're going to obviously be putting out more content like we always do. The pressure is staying on. We're not taking our foot off the gas. You guys know how we do it here, man. Let me see. Let me check my messenger. Rufus, where did you send it? Where did you send it, Rufus? To Twitter or something? Anyway, y'all. Oh, Facebook. Oh, okay. See, I don't really use my Facebook Messenger like that, if I'm being honest. But I'll check it out. But look, I'm gonna catch up with y'all. I appreciate y'all. I got a lot of love for y'all, and y'all know how we do it here, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, most likely. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys stay engaged. Also, make sure you guys go check out the Chalk It Up merch shop. The links are available below. You guys know how we do it here, okay? So I appreciate you guys. Also, make sure you guys stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. I've been your humble host, your illustrious host, Tone DeShields II. And you guys have been watching Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.